Okay.
Hare Krishna devotees, so I welcome you all to today's class. We will be discussing Isopanishad sloka number 2. Sloka number 1 we have discussed earlier, and it was having Ishavasya principle. So this sloka is also connected to the Ishavasya principle. So just for the revision purpose, can anyone tell what we have learned in the sloka number 1 of Ishopanishad, or that is the Ishavasya principle?
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Shiv Prabhu.
Prabhu, in Ishopanishad sloka number 1, we have studied this sloka. Ishavasyavidam sarvam tena tektena bhujata magrada kasya svidhanam. This sloka, it says all everything in this universe is all property of Krishna. Krishna is the ultimate proprietor. So whatever quota is left is kept for us, we have to utilize. We don't have. It is the peace formula. We don't have to uh, uh, over to others property. Overlook to other property. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, thank you very much.
Prabhuji, can I tell also, Prabhuji?
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah. Like whichever, like everything animate or inanimate, everything belongs to Lord Krishna, and we should take only our quota, which is belongs to us. Otherwise, we are not like a good person. Yeah, that's what Prabhuji. Thank you.
Okay. Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you very much. So in Ishavasya principle, the basic thing is everything belongs to Krishna. So whatever things are there, everything is Krishna's proprietorship. Is under Krishna's proprietorship. Krishna is the master, Krishna is the controller, Krishna is the proprietor of everything, which we see here in this today's world. So practically speaking, whatever we are seeing outside, everything is Krishna's property. Then for us, when everything is Krishna property, we are also Krishna's property. And for us, Krishna has given some quota that is called sanction. Krishna has sanctioned some quota to us. So what we should do is we should be happy in our quota and we should not indulge. We should not become greedy for others' quota. Like we have given many examples, like animals are not eating our food. Why we are eating animals' food or animals? Okay, like so many examples we have understood, and finally we have understood that when we are happy in our quota, then that will bring the peace. Otherwise it will cause the destruction, and this world is that is having problem. Why this world is having problem? Because it is not working under the Isavasya principle. Okay, so basically we have seen that everything is Krishna's property, and Krishna has given us some sanction in that portion, so that we take that portion and we live in that portion. That we have seen, the sanction part we have seen. So today's slok, or the slok number 2, we'll see the extension of that only. So before that, let's start with Mangala Charan, and then we'll deal with this sloka. Okay. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalaakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Cha Shri Rupam Sagar Jatam Sagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadavaitam Savadutam Parijan Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitam Cha Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschat Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivashadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare. Okay, so let's start today's sloka. So anyone wants to read uh, today's sloka?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, can I read?
Yes, Mataji, please.
Hare Krishna Prabhupada ji ki jai. Kurbana eva karmani jigyashecha chatta samaha evam tayo nainai te tosti na karma lipe te nare. Hare Krishna.
Okay. So you see the last word, last line. Na karma lipyate nare. Nare means humans, and lipyate means to indulge, or na karma lipyate means karma, or the work will not bind the humans. It won't bind the humans. So we'll see what type of karma won't bind the human in this sloka. So you see, kurvan eveha karmani. Eveha means whatever the way has been described in the previous sloka. In that way, if you are doing the karma, kurvan eveha karmani. So the karma or the work, if you are doing in the way which is described in the previous sloka, what has been described in the previous sloka or what has been already told in the previous sloka is the Isavasya principle. Isavasya principle means that everything belongs to Krishna, and whatever is sanctioned to us, we have to be happy in that part, sanctioned part. Okay. Purvan eveha karmani. If you are doing the work in that way which has been described, not any other way. Not any other way. If you are disregarding the principle of Ishavasham, that is different way. If we are doing our work in that way, then what can happen? Jiji Vishek Shatam Shamaha. Shamaha means years and Shatam is 100. So 100 years, we can desire to live 100 years. Okay. Everyone wants to live more or a bigger life. If you see the human beings, they want to live a longer life. Okay. No one wants to die early. If anyone asks you, okay, you want to die tomorrow? No, I don't want to die. I want to live. Okay. Everyone wants to live a longer life. Okay. And for that, even the animals, they also wants to live longer. And you see them, they have like the defense system. They have the defense system. If anyone is going to kill them, they will defend themselves. So even if they have the defending system also. Human also defend themselves. Animals also defend themselves, and everyone. Okay, like everyone, you see most the animals or the human beings, you see, they want to defend themselves. Why? Because they desire to live longer. They want to live longer life. So Jiji Vashe Shatam Shama. They want to live longer. If but in Isopanishad it is said that if you want to live longer, then what you have to do? You have to do the karma in the way which is described. Okay. If you are not doing the karma, then there is no meaning of living. If you want to live longer, then you should know the philosophy of living, why you are living. Okay. Don't live like animals. Okay. Ishavasya said the Isopanishad says that if you want to live longer, then you should know the philosophy of longer, why you are living. Okay. If you want to live longer, then you should be knowing the philosophy. If you are not knowing the philosophy, there is no meaning of living. Okay. So the goal of life, what is the goal of life? You should know the goal of life. You should know the purpose of life. Then if you are living to fulfill that goal, that desire, then that way it is correct to live. Otherwise, if you are not living the philosophy, if you are not knowing the philosophy, if you are not knowing the goal, if you are not knowing the purpose, then there is no meaning of living. Why to live longer? Even the animals, many animals, if you see the tortoise, it lives very long life. But what is the meaning of that very long life? There is no meaning. Even the trees, they live very long life. What is the meaning of very long life if they don't have the purpose? The purpose of life, which is given in the Veda, in the Isopanishad, Evaha, means what is even being described. Okay, so in that way we are doing, then that is okay. Okay. Evam tvayi na anyatro. Na anyatro means there is no other way. Leave this. If you are living any other way than this, then there is no other way. If you are living any other way, then what will happen? You will be bound in the karma. Na karma liptate nara. If you are doing in that way, then that is okay. You won't be bound in the karma. If you are not doing in that way, then you will be bound in karma. Okay. So if you see the Bhagavad Gita slokas, the Bhagavad Gita, we have learned that there are three types of karma. Okay. There are three types of karma, and there is karma, there is vikarma, and there is akarma. Okay. So karma means karma and vikarma both are like we are doing for ourselves. We are doing for ourselves and we are getting the results, and we are getting the results as pap and punya. Okay, pap and punya, and we are accumulating that pap and punya, and according to that we are taking the birth again and again. After this birth, we'll take birth again, we'll be suffering in this material world, and we'll be taking birth again and again. Pap and punya. Okay, the fruitive activity. But there is third types of karma. The third type of karma also, that is called akarma. And if you are doing that akarma, then what will happen? Then we don't have to take birth again. Okay, so let's see the meaning. One may aspire to live for hundreds of years if he continuously goes on working in that way. Which way? Which has been described in previous sloka. For that sort of work will not bind him to the law of karma, because he won't be bound to the law of karma if he's doing the work in that way. He's doing akarma. There is no alternative to this way for man. There is no alternative. If you are doing any other way, then it will be binding to this material world, and there is no meaning of living. If you are living, then you should be fulfilling the purpose of living. Okay. Fulfilling the purpose of living, like animals, they don't know the purpose of this life. Okay, they're just living. Okay, they're just living, and they're spending the time. They're trying to eat, they're trying to sleep, they're trying to defend, they're trying to mate, the purposes which is there, they are trying to do that, and they're spending their life, and then end of the life they will have the different animal body again. Okay, but the human form of life is different. Okay, animals also want to live longer, they also desire to live longer. Okay, and human also desire to live longer, but animals don't follow the principle of Ishavasya. Okay, because they don't have intelligence. But humans, they have the intelligence. So what should they do is to follow the Ishavasya principle, include Krishna in their life. Okay, if you are neglecting Krishna, then there is no meaning. In the first sloka also we have seen that if Krishna is not there, there is no purpose of this life. Okay, so purpose of life we should know, then we should work. Okay, so that is the thing. So Ishavasya principle, we should be working in Ishavasya principle. If we are working against the Ishavasya principle, it will call karma bandhan. Okay, karma bandhan, um, that is you are entangled in the karma. Okay, so that is the thing. So first sloka we have seen that Krishna is the proprietor of everything, and Krishna has sanctioned something for us. Okay, but in the second sloka when we are coming, we are learning that even the thing which is sanctioned to us, we should first sanctify it, then use. Sanctification means offering that the portion which is yours, first acknowledging that it is Krishna's portion and offering to Krishna and then accepting it. That is called sanctification. Okay, sanctification means becoming, making it prasad. Okay, like that. So first sloka we have seen that sanction part is there, that Krishna has sanctioned some part to us. Second sloka we are seeing that even the sanction part we should first sanctify it and then use it. Okay, if we are not sanctifying and using, then the purpose of life is not met. Okay, so that is the thing. So the three types. First, Prabhupada is describing about the karma bandhan in the per parts. So before describing the karma bandhan or the na lipyate nara, okay, so the nare, so the humans are not getting entangled when they are doing akarma. So before that, Prabhupada describes the three types of karma. You already know that action which is performed according to Shastra, but for one's sense gratification, that is called karma. Okay, so if you're doing karma, what will happen? We'll move above in the higher lokas, like that. We'll go higher loka, like Swarga loka. Okay, so those loka will go. And if we are doing the papa karma, then what will happen? We'll go the down, lower stages of life. Okay, so the living entity is, yeah. So that part is called the transmigration of soul. So from one body to another body, okay, we transmigrate. Okay, so from human body we can transmigrate to the higher planetary systems and body. According to that, we can go to the lower planetary systems and body according to that. Okay, so that is called karma bandhan. Okay, transmigrating from one body to another body, higher or lower. Okay, so that is called karma bandhan. So different types of karma bandhan is also explained. Like some people, they work for themselves, but some people, they work for the society. Altruism, society, paropkar. Altruism is the working for the other people. Socialism, working for the social people. Communism, working for community. Okay. Nationalism, working for nation. Okay. So different types of karma bandhan is there. So all that is karma bandhan only. Some person is working for their sense gratification. That is also karma bandhan. Some people are working for the extended karma bandhan. That is called extended karma bandhan.
అవును.
Extended karma bandhan means working for other things, not for Krishna. Okay, like altruism, the socialism, humanism, nationalism. Okay, so those things also comes under the karma bandhan only. That will also bind the person. Okay, so these things will be the binding thing. Okay, not the akarma part. Akarma part will happen when we ultimately know that Krishna is the proprietor of everything, and whatever things are there sanctioned to us, we should first offer it to Krishna and then utilize it. Okay, so that part will come under the akarma part. Okay, so if we are doing the work according to that, a God-centered life, if you are living a God-centered life, then that will be liberating. Then that be liberating. Okay, so God-centered life can be like if a person is working for themselves, also they can include Krishna in that. If the person is working for like in the way of socialism, nationalism, then also they can include Krishna, and they can, it can be liberating. Like if a person is working for themselves, they can do the devotional service, um, they can do the work according to devotional principle, and that will be liberating. But if a person is working in a broader sense, like socialism, like or the communism, they can introduce Krishna in that community. They can make all the community Krishna conscious, and that will also be liberating. Okay, so working in the broader sense will be also liberating if you are including Krishna in that way. Okay, so that is the karma bandhan part and the liberating part that is being described. The that was the last word. Okay, na lipyate nara. Altruistic activity according to the spirit of Isopanishad and Bhagavad Gita is karma yoga. So altruistic activity according to the spirit of Isopanishad means the working for the society, working for the other peoples, but including Krishna in that. A God-centered altruistic activity will be liberating. Okay, so that is also karma yoga. So altruistic activity according to the spirit of Sri Isopanishad and Bhagavad Gita, that is also karma yoga. Like making all the society Krishna consciousness, all the society Krishna conscious. Okay, letting them chant, letting them know about Krishna, letting them uh, know about the principles of Bhagavad Gita. Okay, so that is also a altruistic activity, but God-centered. Okay, so that won't be like a karma bandhan, that will be liberating. So three types of work is in this slide. You can see the three types of work: vikarma, karma, and akarma. So that we have already seen. Vikarma and karma both are binding. Person does for himself. Vikarma he does against the shastra, and karma he does according to the shastra. And akarma, when a person is doing the devotional service, when he is following the principles of Ishavasya, then that is called akarma. So you see, Ishopanishad advises us to exert our energy in the spirit of Ishavasya. Being so engaged, we may wish to live for many, many years. Otherwise, a long life in itself has no value. So long life, so everyone says that life should be like one quote is there, life should be like meaningful, not longer. Like that, something is there. Everyone says that life should be like longer, something is there, like life should have some meaning, not that longer life. We want longer life should be like that. Okay, so that type of quote is there, so that is the same thing. Okay, so life should not be a longer life without meaning. Like trees are there, so many years they will be living, more like 10 to 12 times of our life they will be living, so many years, but no meaning. Okay, they cannot do the devotional service. So longer life doesn't have any meaning. If a shorter life is there, and if a person is living that life according to Ishavasya principle, then that life is very valuable. If you see the example of Ramanujacharya, he was not he didn't live a longer life. He was like very small age only, not very small age. After young, I don't know the exact age, but he didn't live a longer life. Okay, but if you see, everyone is knowing the Ramanujacharya name. Okay, he is Acharya of Sri Sampradaya. Okay, and he preached very nicely the principles of Vaishnavism all over the world. Okay, so mostly in India part. So you see how, so small life only, but very valuable life. If you see the life of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, okay, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also left this body or this from this material world. He left after 48 years of life. Okay? So not a very longer life, but a valuable life. So that thing should be there. If you are living for 100 years and not doing anything for the society, for yourself, and you're doing a work which is binding, then that work has no meaning. That life has no meaning. Okay, so that is the thing. And even it is said that if you are living, you have to do work. Okay, you cannot like keep yourself empty. You have to do work, because if you have taken this body, you have to take care of this body. Okay. If you are in this material world, you have taken this body. The material body you have taken, then you have to take care of the material body also. So how to take care? You have to work. Okay. So, but when you work, then it will be like binding or liberating. Okay. That thing is there. So everyone has to work. It is not there that some people have to work, some people has not to work. Okay. So everyone has to work, and when they work, it will be binding on you. It will be binding on you. Okay. If you see the conversation between the doots of Yamraj and doots of uh, Vishnu, okay, when in the story of Ajamila. So story of Ajamila, the history of Ajamila was Ajamila uh, was a very sinful man, and his son name was like Narayan. Okay, the youngest son name was Narayan. And when he was 88 years old, then what happened? The Yamduta, four Yamduta came, or three Yamduta came to take him, and they had Yam pass. They tied Ajamila and tried to take his soul out of his body, okay, out of his heart. The word written is the heart. So Hridayam. So from the heart, they were taking out the soul by binding it through the Yam pass. Okay, like that it is described. And Ajamila, when he saw that the Yamdutas are coming, then they were having very fearful face. Okay, very dangerous face. It was like, and like it is described that their hairs were like standing on the body. Okay, and it is like spikes, and they were like very scary looking. And when he saw, then he understood that Yamduta has came, and due to fear, he shouted the name of Narayan. Okay? And when he shouted the name of Narayan, immediately Narayan Duta also came. Who is shouting the name of Narayan like that? So they also came, and when they saw that the person who is shouting the name of Narayan, it is uh, it is in the Yam pass. They immediately cut the Yam pass. Okay, so like that. So that story was there. Then Yamduta were very unhappy that who are these beautiful person. They are looking like God. They are looking very uh, uh, very like uh, their faces were glowing, and they were looking like some god. Okay, because Yamduta, they are limited to the material world only. They are limited to the lower planetary system, so they haven't seen that type of person. So they thought that it is looking like some god, some bigger than god, like that. So they were very surprised that who in this world can cut the Yampash, because they were thinking that Yamraj is the only person, Yamraj is the only god, not more than that, like that they were thinking. So they were very surprised. So yeah, so Vishnu Duta came and cut the Yamapash. Okay, and then there is a conversation between the Yamduta and Vishnu Duta, that so Vishnu Duta asked that if you are the follower of Yamraj, then tell what is dharma, what is adharma, what a person should does, and how you are punishing a person, why you are punishing a person, like that. They asked. In that conversation, the Yamduta says that when a person takes the body, he has to work. Okay, because without working, you cannot live. Even if you're sitting, there is some work is going on. Okay, you are sitting and some animal, something is happening, and you are having some bad karma also. Even if you are doing nothing, you're sitting also, then some karma is going on, and you are like you are having some karma in your account. Okay, so living entity cannot escape the work. Okay. When we take the body, then we cannot escape the work here. So everyone has to work. And when they work, there will be some papa karma, there will be some punya karma. That is definite. Okay. So according to the papa karma and punya karma, there are 12 like there are 12 things that are uh, seeing that how many pap karma and punya karma is being done. That is called Shakshi. Okay, so the 12 people are Shakshi, and out of that, one is Yamraj also. So Yamraj is seeing every activity, everything, and he is knowing that who has done what thing, and according to that, they will be punished in the next life. Okay, so that conversation was there. So after that, bigger story is there that Yamdutas are saying that this person is very papi, this person has done many pap, but Vishnu Duta are saying no, this person has taken Lord's name, and when he has taken even once the Lord's name, then his all papa has been gone, has been vanished. Okay, it's like that. The conversation is there, and so that was the thing. So basically, the thing was when a person takes body, so these are the words of Yamaduta. They have heard from Yamraj, and they're saying that when a person takes body, he has to work. He cannot escape the work. And while doing the work, he will accumulate the pap karma and punya karma. According to that, he will get the next body. So that was the principle that Yamdutas are saying. So even in this, also in this Isopanishad sloka, we are also saying that everyone want to live longer. They want to live longer, they want to live hundreds of years. But when they are living hundreds of years, they will have to do some work. They cannot escape the work, they have to do some work. And when they are doing some work, they will accumulate some karma. Okay? So when they are accumulating some karma, they will have the next body again. So what is the use then? Okay, again will die, then again will take birth. Again die, again take birth, like that. Okay. But Ishopanishad says, this sloka says that if you are following the Ishavasya principle, then that will be liberating. Okay, if we are utilizing our sanctioned only with sanctification, with offering to Krishna, then that will be liberating. Okay. And the third sloka, next sloka of Ishopanishad will say, if we are not following the Ishavasya principle, what will happen? So that we'll see the next day. But today we are seeing that if we are following the Ishavasya principle, then that will be liberating. We won't be falling under the Papa karma and Punya karma and this material life or binding life again. Okay. So otherwise, a long life in itself has no value. Okay. If you are not knowing the principle, there is no value of living. Otherwise, short life also have no meaning. Short life also has no meaning. Longer life also has no meaning if you are not the principle of Ishavasya. Okay. So that a very short description is being said here. So that was from the slide. Let's see if anything I have missed from the purport part. So karma bandhan we have mentioned. Then we have seen the karma part. Human life offers the karma. Then we have seen the Ishavasya principle. Again, we have revised the karma from the Vedas. And then one thing we have left that um, actually no one has to do anything more than render devotional service to the Lord. Prabhupada writes a bullet point. Okay, very important point that factually, in fact, no one has to do anything more than rendering the devotional service to God. Only one work should be there in our life, and that is rendering the devotional service to the Supreme Lord. One work only, devotional service. No other work. Any other work you are doing, then that will be binding. Okay. If you are doing the devotional service, only one work, devotional service, then that will be liberating. Only one work. Prabhupada saying bullet point. Only one work should be there, that is the devotional service to the Supreme Lord. Even um, Shankaracharya also says that there should be only one work, that is devotional service to the Lord. Okay, so only one work should be there, devotional service to Lord. But we as a contaminated soul, okay, in the material world, we cannot accept immediately the devotional service as our work. Okay, only devotional service as our work, and we have to take care of the family, we have to take care of the body. Okay, so when we are in the grihastha life, when we are in the till the 50 years of life, or till our children grow up, till that time, what we have to take care of the family according to the Isavasya principle. After that, the life of Vanaprastha and Sannyas, we have to dedicate ourselves to the Supreme Lord. Otherwise, if we are doing the grihastha life only, then it will be very winding. Okay, so better in the Vanaprastha and the Sannyas life, we have to take care of our life as dictated by Ishavasya principle. Okay, so we cannot accept immediately our work as devotional life. Okay, so gradually we have to do, and that is in the Vanaprastha, that is in the Varnashram system. Okay, when we follow the Varnashram system, gradually we'll develop ourselves in that way. Okay, so that is being mentioned after that. I think it is very small sloka here. Anything we have left? One more thing is there that without God, everything is zero. Okay. So the quote was, "Don't just count your ears, make your ears count." Yes. Okay. Don't. So life should not be longer. It should be like meaningful. Okay. So that thing is there. Don't just count your ears, make your ears count. Okay. So without God, everything is zero. What we have seen in earlier. Okay. Like our life has many things, and everything is like zero because it will be zero after life. It doesn't have any meaning. If you are earning so much money, it doesn't have any meaning. If you are doing some work, it doesn't have any meaning after this life. From the next life, you have to start again. But if you include Krishna in your life, then what will happen? Krishna will is like one. Okay, so if you have like 10 0, it doesn't have any meaning. So Krishna, if you're including one, you are including in front of the zero, then it will become like 1,000, 10,000, 1 lakh, like that. Okay. So Krishna is like one and everything is like zero. Without Krishna, everything is zero. No meaning. Include Krishna, everything will have meaning. Okay. So like that. So that thing is there. So how we can include? By Ishavasha principle, we can make everything as Karma Yoga. We can make our individual work as Karma Yoga. We can make the altruistic activity as Karma Yoga. We can um, act in the social level and make it a Karma Yoga. So many principles are, or the same principle is there. But thing is, everything, if you are including Krishna, if you are making Krishna as goal, if you are making our life as God-centered life, then everything has meaning. Otherwise, just spending life doesn't have any meaning. Okay. So very small sloka today. So sloka number 3 will be seeing if you are not following the Isavasha principle, what will happen. Okay. So that is the thing. Okay. So related to this sloka, if there is any question.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Prabhuji, Mantra 2, Isopanishad, the book is mentioned. The living entity has to work for his livelihood because that is the law of material nature. And if he does not act according to his prescribed duties, he transgresses the law of nature and binds himself more and more to the cycle of birth and death in the many species of life. So, Prabhuji, in this particular paragraph, what is meant by if he does not act according to his prescribed duties, he transgresses the law of nature. What are these prescribed duties, Prabhuji? Briefly.
Okay. So Prabhu has asked a very apt question, very nice question. That what are the prescribed duty? So prescribed duty is only one. Okay. Or if you see the our duty, only one duty is there, that is the devotion service. Okay. But immediately we cannot accept that that only devotional service will do. Okay. So prescribed duty is according to the Shastra, and Shastra says that according to the Vanaprastha system, we should act in the Ishavasha principle. Okay. Vanaprastha system means that the 4 types of uh, varnas are there, okay, and 4 types of ashram. So varnas are Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and Shudra, and whatever our tendency is there, we should act according to that. So that is the one thing. Second thing is according to the ashram, we should act. Like when we are till 25 years, we should be accumulating the knowledge. After 25 years to till 50 years, we should be accepting the grihastha ashram. We should be taking the responsibility of family. But after, when our children are stable or when their children are grown up, then we should be taking care of our family in devotional way, or the not the family. We should take care of our life in the devotional way. In devotional way, what does it mean? That we should not be engaged in household activity anymore. After that, we should be engaging ourselves in the devotional service. And after 75, if we are living, then we should leave the house. It is said that we should leave the house. We should go to the proper places, like you go to Vrindavan, you go to Mayapur, you live there, and you dedicate yourself only to the devotional service. Okay. So immediately we cannot accept, then that is the way. If you can immediately accept that is devotional service, leave everything, do the devotional service, then that is best. Okay. But as living entity, as in the Kali Yuga, we cannot have that much um, we cannot work in that way. So we have to work in the ashram system. Okay. So gradually, progressively towards the devotional service. We should not keep ourselves in the grihastha life only. We should not keep ourselves limited to the grihastha life. That because that is the binding. But if we see very unfortunate condition today in the society is every person wants to keep themselves in the grihastha ashram only. They don't realize that the goal of life is not the grihastha ashram. Goal of the life is to attain Krishna. And when we are engaging ourselves only in the devotional life, in the grihastha life only, we cannot achieve Krishna. Okay. So in the grihastha life, when we are in the grihastha life, we should do work, we should take care of the family, but we should make our family also Krishna consciousness or Krishna conscious, and we should be like following the Ishavasya principle. We should be satisfied whatever we are earning, whatever is um, whatever is enough for our living. Okay, and we should not endeavor too much running after money and this and that, and living our devotional life. So part of our day should be towards the maintaining of the body, and part of the day should be exclusive for the devotional life. Okay, for the devotional principle. When we are doing the daily activity also, we should be keeping Krishna in the center. Okay, and then we should work. And when our children's, when we don't have any responsibility, that is called retired life. When we are in retired life, we don't have any responsibility. Our children are grown up, they are married, they are on their own. Then we don't have any responsibility. So what we should do, we should focus only for the Krishna conscious activity, only in the Krishna conscious activity. And when we are out of the vanaprastha, the life, that is the after 75 years, when you're a sannyas, we leave the home. Okay, in the vanaprastha also we leave the home, and we can live with the wife. Wife have the option to either to live with the child or to live with the husband. They can go with the husband, they can serve the husband, but out of the sex life. Okay, and after that, in the sannyas life, they have to completely separate. Okay, like that, and the husband should be completely devoted to the devotional activity after 75 years of life. Okay, so that was the way of vanaprastha system, that is the ashrama system. The females after 25 50 years, they can either go with the husband, or they can uh, uh, they can live with the child. Okay, but even in the home also, or with the husband also, they should do only the devotional service. Okay, so like that. So that was the way, that is the way of working in the Ishavasya way. Okay, or the Ishavasya principle. Okay, Prabhuji.
Pranam Prabhuji, thank you. Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, Aurek, karma, vikarma, akarma, would you please clarify the differences? I have some doubts about these concepts.
Okay. So karma and vikarma both are like pap and punya. You can, vikarma is like pap and karma is like punya. Okay. So karma is when we are doing the activity according to the shastra only, but for our sense gratification. That is all karma. And vikarma is we are doing the activity for ourselves only, but that is against the shastra. So that is called vikarma. Okay. And akarma is we are doing the activity for Krishna. Okay. So then that is called akarma. The akarma don't have any results. Punya or pap, it doesn't have any result. But karma has punya karma as a result, and vikarma has pap as the result. Okay.
Pranam Prabhuji, thank you.
Okay, Prabhuji, Hare Krishna.
So, Prabhuji, vikarma is also according to the scriptures only.
Against the scripture. Vikarma is
Okay,
against the
against the-
scripture, but for the person only. For our
Okay.
sense gratification, against the scripture.
Okay.
Okay. I hope the karma, vikarma, and akarma, I have skipped it because we have already learned in the first level. So if you want, we can quickly see so that it will be clear. Otherwise, you'll have confusion. Let's see. So if you see here, so first is vikarma. Vikarma is papa karma. So they don't follow the Vedas. They are against the Shastra. And the risk of being degraded to lower species, when you are doing the papa karma, you'll go to the lower species. Not appropriate by saintly person. So saintly person don't follow the vikarmas. Even the karma, they don't follow. And defeat the purpose of life. The purpose of life to attain Krishna, when we are doing the vikarma, we cannot attain. Okay. Second part is karma. So that is also according to the that is also for the sense gratification only, but they follow the Vedas, they are pious. Okay, the Veda is pious and the result is the punya. So attain swarga or the bodies of demigod, they will go to the higher planetary system. Okay, and eventually return to Mrityuloka. Bhagavad Gita says that when we attain sufficient karma, the punya karma will go to the higher loka and enjoy the punya karma. When the punya karma is over, we'll come back again to the material world, this Mrityu loka again, and then same cycle attain. Same cycle will be repeating. Okay, so that is called karma, and our karma is means devotional service. The person is doing devotional service, then there is no fruitive result. When we are doing the devotional service, the result is also devotional or spiritual. Okay, when we are doing the material activity, the result is also material, that is either punya or papa. But when we are doing the activity of spiritual nature, then the result will be also spiritual, result won't be material. So when we are doing the akarma, then the result is not punya or papa karma, result is above the punya and papa karma, result is not material, result is spiritual. So we get akarma, okay, because it doesn't have any fruitive result, that's why it is called akarma. Okay, so I hope it is clear now. Yeah, okay. Okay, so if there is no question, we'll end the session, and I will
Prabhuji, last slide I want to say
yes.
about. Last slide.
Last slide.
The karma, just which you have shown just now.
Okay. So if there is no question, then it will end the session. We'll meet
Thank you,
again
Prabhuji.
next week, and we'll have the sloka number 3. Okay. So what will happen if we don't follow the Ishavasya principle? Okay. Yes, Prabhu.
Prabhuji, और एक क्वेश्चन प्रभुजी.
बोलिए प्रभु.
Okay. Here the altruism, socialism, communism, nationalism, these are in fact they are discouraged in one way in this. But what I feel, Prabhuji, see these activities, say which are done for sense gratification, that is to get name and fame in the society or get recognition in the society. Yes, they are not to be encouraged much as per this Shastra. But say charities, for example, charity given to a temple, it is treated as a part of devotional service. Similarly, charities and other good things done for poor people, why don't we take it as not for sense gratification with the true spirit or motive of helping the poor? That can be treated as a good things as part of the devotional service, because God also will be pleased if you help the poor people, that too without craving for any recognition or name and fame in the society. What do you say, Prabhuji, in this?
Okay, so you are saying that helping the other people should also come under devotional service. Okay,
Yes.
So
that
the
too
thing
without
is,
any recognition, with a true genuine sense of only helping.
so when there is Krishna in the center, then that work has any meaning. If there is no Krishna, there is no meaning. Okay, that we have seen that Krishna is like one. Whatever you are doing, it doesn't have any meaning unless and until Krishna is there. Krishna should be center of life. If you are doing the help of any other person, you are not making them Krishna conscious. Just giving a poor person some money doesn't mean that he will become Krishna conscious. Making him Krishna conscious will have impact in this life also and the next life also. The real help is when you are making a person Krishna conscious. Okay, when you are in a jail, other person is having problem in the jail. The real help will be to make the person come out of the jail. Okay, so that will be the real help. Otherwise, if you are helping one day, giving by some money, some helping, you are helping, but whole life he is in the jail only. So he will be again suffering. Okay, so that help doesn't count. Or if you are thinking that that help is meaningful, then that help itself has no meaning. Okay, so the real help will be to make the person out, bring the person out of the jail so that he doesn't suffer only in the jail. So this material world is also jail. Okay, this material world is also for the suffering only. So when we are helping other person so that okay, you are suffering, let's give some charity so that this person will be happy. But today he will be happy. Tomorrow, what will happen? Day after tomorrow, what will happen? Day after this life, what will happen? He will be again in this material world only. He will be suffering again. So what you are doing doesn't have any meaning. Real meaning doesn't have any real meaning. So real help will be to bring that person to Krishna. Okay. So when we are bringing that person to Krishna, he can come out of this material world. He can come out, can go back to Godhead. So that is the thing. That is the helping in the real sense. Okay. If you're trying to help just by giving money and this and that doesn't have any meaning. Okay. So that is the thing. So just helping a person to live in the jail only, but not helping the person to come out, then that doesn't have any meaning. Okay. So that is itself is suffering only. Like one one prisoner is helping the other prisoner. Okay, today you are unhappy, I will help you. Tomorrow I will become unhappy, you help me. But that help doesn't have any meaning. That help won't count. Okay, the real suffering is this janma, mrityu, jara, and vyadhi. The real suffering is that the poorness or or the richness, poorness, or this that doesn't that is not counted as real vyadhi or the real problem of the life. The real problem Bhagavad Gita described, the real problems are four: Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadhi. Okay. Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadhi. The birth, death, disease, and old age is the real problem. That we should focus. So that is the thing. So when we focus on that, then that is called real help. Otherwise, you are thinking that you are helping, but actually you are not helping. Okay. I hope this clears your doubt, Prabhu.
Okay. Okay, Prabhu. Thanks.
Okay, Prabhuji. Okay, so we'll end the session today. We'll meet again. If you have any doubt, please ask. Anything which I have said, if you are not agreeing, if you want to correct me, if you want to clarify anything, please ask. So that we can clarify. Don't keep the doubts with you.
Prabhuji, on the question, now that we are on the question of charity, um, sometimes there are situations, like a person is very sick and for the surgery, they ask for a donation. In this case, then how can we connect it to Krishna Prabhuji? Like, mentally, like, because now it's all check and transfer. So is mentally saying that, Krishna, I offer this to you, and then making the transfer, would that be is that a way that we won't get we are giving them Krishna's consciousness? Can I see it that way?
How we are giving Krishna consciousness? Give them Krishna, that the person is dying, the person is having some problem. Better to if the person remembers Krishna, then it will help him. Okay, so like that. So just giving some money for the surgery, some donating some money for the surgery, it won't bring the person close to Krishna. Okay, whatever he has done, work he has done, whatever karma he has done, he will suffer. Okay, our money, this money, that money won't help. Okay, we may become a medium so that he will have money. Okay, if you don't give, some other person will give. So you will become a medium. Krishna will, if Krishna wants that person will have money, he will arrange. Krishna will arrange. Okay, so that is the thing. So we think that we are giving person money and bringing him Krishna. If you are really bringing him to Krishna, then that will be a help. The just giving the money, it won't be like materially we are helping, but that help won't be counting. Whatever we have done, whatever wrong we have done, whatever activity we have done, the person will suffer eventually. But the thing is, if we are helping Krishna, maybe Krishna wants us to mediate through that. Okay, that this person will be helped by our money, or that is Krishna's money only, but through us it is going. Okay, so maybe Krishna wants us to mediate that process. So if we think that way, that maybe Krishna wants us to mediate that process, Krishna has something in the mind, then we can help. But eventually, but just by giving the money, we are thinking that the actually we are helping the person. That help won't count. Okay, so actual thing is bring that person to Krishna. Without Krishna, it doesn't have any meaning. Okay, doesn't have any meaning. Okay. Like Prabhupada says, our only activity should be Krishna conscious activity. our only activity should be Krishna conscious. So whatever activity we are doing, whatever we are speaking, we should only speak, ideally speaking, whatever we are speaking, we should only speak about Krishna. If it is related to Krishna, we should speak. If it is not related to Krishna, we should not speak. Whatever we are seeing, we should relate it to Krishna. If we are not relating it to Krishna, we don't need to see. Okay. So like that. So ideally speaking, this should be there so that we don't deviate from the path of Krishna consciousness. Okay. So, but in the material world, if we are trying to do material things and we are trying to justify that it is Krishna conscious activity, that won't help. Ask yourself whether this activity will bring me towards Krishna or the person we are helping towards Krishna or not. If it is bringing, then it's okay. Otherwise, it's just an excuse. It can be just an excuse. It's like that. Many people, they do many types of activity and they will justify themselves that I am doing the Krishna conscious activity because if I am doing this, I will do this, I will do this, I will do this, and then finally it will happen like that. But nothing happens like that. So just for the sake of justifying, we should not do the activity. We should do activity which is actually Krishna conscious activity. Okay. Okay. Is there any question? Okay. So now the Vrindavan Parikrama is going to happen. Okay. So very nicely, Namaste Das Prabhu has arranged this Vrindavan Parikrama. Even if you have went Vrindavan anytime earlier, okay? So and without devotee association, so try to go, okay, with the devotees and try to go with the devotee, try to attend the parikrama and try to see the places where Krishna has spent Krishna has spent in this material world. So you go there and see with the devotees. I'll encourage everyone to please participate in the yatra. Okay. Okay, with this we'll end the class. Okay. Vanchakalpatarubhasya kripa sindhu bhavisya patitanam pavane vaishnavibhyo namo namaha. Hare
Thank you,
Krishna.
Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Pranam.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare
Pranam.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji.